Karma Music Podcast. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, welcome to Sound Karma Song Spotlight, episode 77. I'm your host, Big Zach. We've got this week's top 9 indie music tracks. We'll tell you a little bit about each artist and play you a quick sample of each song. If you'd like to submit a song for a future Song Spotlight, you can. We'll let you know how to do that at the end. All right, let's get busy. Our first feature is from Andrew Patterson. He's a singer-songwriter from Ireland. He's been playing gigs around Dublin and Belfast for the last 5 years or so. You know, songwriters can choose which road they want to take their music. Some focus on the dark side of life. Andrew, though, is trying to spread positive messages like hope and love through his music. With the way much of the world is right now, we could use more people like Andrew Patterson. With COVID lockdowns in effect for most of last year, many musicians have either lost income or they've had to end their musical journey because they simply haven't been able to perform live, and that's a big part of a musician's career. There have been different programs that have helped a little. Andrew was able to take advantage of one of them. He got funding from the Arts Council of Northern Ireland's Individuals Emergency Resilience Program, which helped get him some funding to help get music out to the people. And we're awfully glad he did. Hopefully this helps too. If you've never heard of Andrew Patterson before, you're about to hear a sample from an absolutely amazing vocalist. This is called Normal People.
Maybe there's no more people like us. Maybe there's no more people like us. Maybe there's no more people like normal people. No more people, my love.
Ashani is a pop artist who sings about real life and issues we all face. Things people are trying to work through. Cultural stuff that needs to be addressed. For example, she has a song called Don't Stop the Fight, which is about violence against women. Her song Dark Angel is based on the loss of 2 of her close friends to suicide. This track addresses the distorted view of real life through the funhouse mirror effect of social media. She describes this song as a story about our collective social media experience and our relationships with our own phones. Whether we want to or not, we are all consistently seeing other people's lives, fantasizing about what their world is like, and wasting our own time constantly scrolling, not living, just imagining other people's lives. See if you can relate. This is Ashani, Perfect Life.
What do you do with your time? What do you do with your time? What do you do with the time that you had, that you lost, that you had? Whoa, what have I become? I'm some kind of monster, I'm not who I am. Following you down this rabbit hole. It's dark and it's empty like my hollow soul. Put it in my pocket, change all my passwords, disconnect and...
Belgian indie rockers Teen Creeps is a band that has grown and matured between their first album and their second album. The band's bassist vocalist says about Birthmarks, which was released in 2018, "I was fueled by anger and frustrations. Now I've learned to let go and accept certain feelings I have, because they will always be there. Yes, forever." Which is the name of the new album, by the way, Forever. Fans saw a noticeable difference, a maturity in the tracks. Part of the difference between the 2 albums could be the vibe of where they were recorded. The first was done in London. The new album was recorded closer to home in the Netherlands. Musicians always say that music takes on the vibe of the studio and its location. Either way, they describe the new album as a battle cry, but also a celebration of our friendship. We even put a heart on the cover. We're not afraid to get corny. We all could use a little corny in our lives. This is Teen Creeps with Fallout.
If I'm honest, let go, fall out of every
Long Island singer-songwriter HeIsTheArtist is an R&B soul artist with a Christian message. His music is very different from what you might be expecting. His music covers a lot of ground. His song Boom Remastered hit #1 on the Christian iTunes charts in South Africa. He had a #1 jazz iTunes single, Sometimes I Want You Around. Then this song has more of an Egyptian feel to it. He found his life's purpose after hearing an online sermon from T.D. Jakes. He had the overwhelming urge to preach to the world, like T.D., but he uses his own talents to do it. Music. This is HeIsTheArtist with Snake Charmer. Heather Rivas is an electro-pop artist from LA. She writes about her own experiences and perceptions. The thing is, though, she doesn't want to force people to see things from her perspective. She wants to leave room for people to interpret her music in their own way, based on their experiences. She's not about shoving her opinions down people's throats. It's more about the process of learning other points of view, and not the actual point of view. It's about the communication. She says, I think so much of what I notice and observe in my own life is how people communicate, and specifically how we communicate through conflict. She goes on to say, whether it's poor or good communication, we just keep learning from each and every experience, which is kind of the beauty of it all. You know, it's almost like she has a message within a message. This is Heather Rivas with Think of Me.
Don't think of me when you sleep. Don't you think of me already? 'Cause I don't wanna ride this roller coaster. Don't you think of me when you sleep. Don't you think of me already? 'Cause I don't wanna feel this any longer. I don't think I was.
This next track, The Delicate Balance of All Things by Beauty and Chaos, is a remix featuring CINTHYA HUSSEY. The original version is on The Storm Before the Calm album. The track itself is a really cool, mesmerizing alt-rock track, but the video has an interesting story as well. When the remix came back, Michael Ciravallo from Beauty and Chaos loved it. He also said they gotta make a video for it. But COVID lockdowns were in effect, so traveling to LA to make the video wasn't going to happen. CINTHYA, who was in Sao Paulo at the time, had worked with Mark Bromelo on a Kit Kat ad a while back. They happened to remain friends, so they started kicking around ideas for places to film, like an old abandoned theater or a warehouse. Turns out they ended up doing the video shoot at a circus in Sao Paulo that was shut down due to COVID. The entire process, from the track itself to the video, is a combination of adapting and creating amazing art on every level. This is totally brilliant. This is The Delicate Balance of All Things by Beauty and Chaos featuring CINTHYA HUSSEY.
The day and night, the black and white, the delicate balance of all things. Neither weak nor strong, neither right nor wrong. The delicate balance of all things. Oh, my love, I am unmatched.
The LA Maybe is a rock band from the Carolinas. This is a straight up rock band that combines the best sounds of new and old rock. They put on an incredible live show. I mean, seriously, when touring starts up again, this band is a must-see. I hate comparing bands to other bands. It's not fair to the band. It makes them appear to be a sound-alike, or a wannabe. It takes away from the band's individual identity. We haven't done it before, we're not going to do it now. But before you hear this track, we have to address the elephant in the room. And there's a reason for that. First of all, you're going to hear a lot of different influences from lots of different bands, which is cool. I mean, that's how great music is created. Lots of different sounds that help make this band totally unique. But as soon as you hear the vocals, you're going to say something like, hey, that sounds a little like AC/DC. Just so you know, lead singer Alvy Robinson was one of only 4 people to audition to replace Brian Johnson of AC/DC in 2016. That's a huge testament to the level of talent in this band. These guys are the next big thing in hard rock, and they're doing it all their own way. They are their own band. This is their debut single from their debut album due out March 26, 2021. This is the LA Maybe with Mr. Danger.
I'll take everything you give to me, pull you closer, keep you by my side. Take everything, give it to me, pull me closer. I see the burning
Jay Brown is an incredible R&B soul artist who has been laser focused on making music and honing his craft. He comes from a bit of a music background. He's the youngest of 5 kids. His father was a preacher. His mom was musically ambitious. She actually had a deal with Smokey Robinson at one point, but their family was growing, and so that kind of fizzled out, understandably so. So as a kid, it was natural for Jay to sing at church. I mean, when it comes down to it, that's the thing that literally unleashed his passion for music. And we say passion because music wasn't just something that he liked. It wasn't just something that he did on Sunday mornings. Music literally was in his blood. It was in his soul as an 8-year-old kid. He felt the calling. And he wasn't just playing around either. I mean, he put in the work. He studied. He learned from his mom. He joined a local theater group. He performed the national anthem at Pistons and Lions games in Detroit. He's done so many things. He even performed for President Clinton several times. You don't get to that level by slacking or by luck. He was dedicated, and it's paying off. He doesn't use auto-tune or any other studio tricks to get that perfect sound in his voice. That's natural. This is Jay Brown with Vibe.
Vibe with you, spend all my time with you, ride with you, laugh with you, stay up all night. I wanna vibe with you, girl, you know I rock with you, you know what I want, you be turning me on, got me in a daze, make me wanna say, babe, that I found something special, yeah, every day I get the feeling.
Our final feature this week is from Arrows to Fire. They're an incredible indie rock band based in Austin. This band was on the fast track from the beginning. Vocalist John Joyo, guitarist Chris Levine were both biotech entrepreneurs who met during a meeting about medical devices in 2016. They both realized they had a passion for music. They got together, quickly found their sound, and the rest is history. They released their debut album that same year. Music reflects the times it is written in. 2020 has completely changed everything worldwide. Everyone has been affected in some way because of COVID-19. Whether it's the loss of someone close to them, loss of a job, business closure, social distancing, or how we stay connected to people, so much has changed. The same is true for musicians. John says, the pandemic wreaked havoc on the music industry at all levels, and we have all had to work so hard to adapt to a new way of life and a new way of creating music. This song was inspired by moments and struggles during the pandemic. It was written, recorded, mixed and mastered 100% during the pandemic, and it represents a shift in the way we are approaching music. You can even see the influence of the pandemic in this video. This is new from Arrows to Fire. It's called A Million Miles Away.
You've got that look in your eye, a million miles away. Come on and take me 'cause I can't get out. Yeah, I'm trapped inside. You've got that look in your eye, a million miles away. Come on, I mean it, I got two black eyes, but I'm still alive. Take me with.
There you go. That's this week's top 9 indie tracks. If you have a track you'd like to submit for a future episode of Song Spotlight, hit us up on the submit page at soundkarma.com. It's karma with an H. If you heard a track you liked, be sure to download it or add it to a playlist. It's all about supporting the music. Or you can even share the show. Don't forget to subscribe to Sound Karma Song Spotlight on YouTube or anywhere you get your podcasts. Sound Karma. All music, all artists, all the time. Thanks for watching and listening. I'm Big Zach. Over and out.